All right. I posted the information. Stream is
We got
live.
advertisement. We got minigames. Okay.
Yes. All right. Can you guys see the Twitch? Is it up? Is it working? Hold on, let me check. I always have to pull it up on my phone because. Yeah, basically. Welcome to anyone viewing the Twitch stream, if anyone is there. We will be starting shortly here. There we go. I got it up. Yeah. All right. So, is everyone in the game? No one's in the game. Get in the game.
Oh shit! Fuck. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
What do you mean, no one?
I'm loading.
This is L. This is
when
L's
I-
the only one to get Tari.
When I get to the computer, I will get
Oh
out.
yeah, you're fine. Oh, I know why Xena's gonna be a few minutes late as she fields questions from literally half the universe.
Don't you mean the Saturn verse?
The Saturnverse.
These are the days of Swords lives.
Yes. Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute.
Alright, well, while people get into the game, we'll go ahead and talk about the game. Thank you for anyone watching the stream. This is session, or episode 6 rather, of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, the game where a bunch of us nerdy-ass MMO players sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. And, yeah, so... at the beginning of each of these, I always do a recap of kind of what happened in the last session or what's been going on in the campaign. And that's where we're going to pick off tonight. So, previously on Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Jeff was in the middle of an ominous dream involving a large, icy female entity. When he woke up from the dream, he realized that his bounded sword, his hex weapon that he made a pact with to make it more powerful, looked different in that the hilt of it was made of this crystalline ice now, with this sort of six-pointed snowflake symbol in the center of the hilt of the sword. Also, Tari had a dream, though not quite as scary or vivid as Jeff's, of featuring these purple spectral figures, and one figure looked remarkably similar to her, and was writing in a book when someone or something grabbed her suddenly from behind. And that is where the dream cut off. Lately, these dreams have been more and more vivid for her, for whatever reason. The party woke up after all these weird, crazy dreams, and shortly after that, Glare received a message from the Blackstaff, basically a very powerful wizard in the city of Waterdeep who commands a private security force known as Force Grey, which are comprised of these adventurers that protect the city of Waterdeep and go on missions for her. She's a very capable wizard, but the youngest one to ever hold the position. So there are a few other wizards in the city who are technically more powerful than her, especially Lady Laurel Silverhand, the Open Lord of Waterdeep, is among one of those people. But nevertheless, she's a very important person still, and the party went to go speak with her. Upon reaching Blackstaff Tower and meeting her name is Vajra Safar, by the way, she told the party that of a mission involving a young bronze dragon who was sighted in the harbor. It's kind of scaring people. She asked the party to investigate the dragon and see what its motives were. And she actually handed out potions of water breathing to everyone in the party, since bronze dragons likes to swim about. After that, the party left upon accepting the quest. But we're on another quest, actually, to find a talking horse named Maxine that Vince was doing for the Harpers. On their way towards where the dragon was sighted, they decided to see if they could find the horse, and they did. Upon speaking to the horse and doing some persuasion, they managed to find out that the horse overheard Yagra, Stonefist, and Davil, Starsong, of the Zentarim, who Xena had met earlier as they tried to sort of recruit her into their ranks. But they seem to just be talking about hiring spies to root out Xanathar Guild hideouts within the city. So nothing bad, actually. And after armed with that information, they returned back to the Harpers, this time to a man named Mr. Creel, who is kind of an administrator type of the Harpers, and reported to him what Maxine said. The party was rewarded for their efforts with gold, and Vince actually increased his renown with that faction. After that, the party decided to go to the harbor to find this troublesome dragon that they heard about from the Blackstaff. But on the way, Xena received a paper bird from Davil, Starsong of the Zentarim, who they had just talked about with Mr. Creel. And he seemed, it was very urgent. He spoke of a murderer that was going about decapitating elves near the docks of the city. So that alarming news happened, but the party still needed to go figure out what was going on with this dragon. After reaching the harbor, where the dragon was sighted, Glare managed to get the dragon's attention with a shiny, magically tinkered object, which lured it to a nearby rock about 100 yards out from the harbor. After rowing out to the dock, they learned that the dragon didn't actually mean to scare anyone, he just came by for fishing. He liked the fish in the area. He did, however, tell the party that he saw a shady individual near the docks at night on the other side of town periodically, and he pointed to Jeff, who stayed back at the harbor, afraid of the dragon. He pointed to Jeff as an example of a shady individual. This tipped off the party that perhaps the person may have looked something like Jeff. Meanwhile, Jeff, away from the party, received another quest incognito style from a cloaked child who was near the docks while the others were speaking to the dragon. It was basically a stealth mission to drop off an expose at the desk of the editor of the Waterdeep Wazoo, a newspaper in town. After he got that quest, the party came back and Jeff was sort of on his way walking down the street to do his next mission. Most of the party went towards the Blackstaff to receive their reward, but Xena decided to tail Jeff to wherever he was going, the newspaper place, thinking he was up and being, quote, shady and not a team player. The party received their reward. Yes, the other half of the party received their reward from the Blackstaff, then decided to go make their way back to the other docks where the murderers happened to investigate. At the docks, the party asked around and learned of two elves who were still working. They watched and waited as one of the dock workers who was working late went to a nearby bar and got tipsy before going back to his post. Meanwhile, Jeff delivered the expose successfully, but found Xena there waiting for him outside when he got back. She scolded him about being a shady non-team player.
Shady.
Yes. They eventually made their way back and rendezvoused with the party, and everyone noticed a shady man who was about to attack this dock worker, this drunken dock worker elf man. They noticed him, and a fight with the drow man ensued. Vince managed to intimidate the man, and rather than fight, then the man decided instead to flee, seeing that he was outnumbered. Giant spiders were involved in the fight, frost rays, charming spell casting, longbow shots, but a well-placed grease spell later, and the drow fell on his butt and then put his hands up. And that's where we pick off tonight. So, you all have just finished. Well, not finished, but you have just managed to apprehend, for the most part, this individual in front of you. He has his hands up. You see that he is wearing a cloak over his head, but that he is most definitely a drow. He has dark skin, like a dark elf, this dark gray skin, red eyes, and white hair, just kind of long white hair going down. And what do you guys do as he's sitting there with his hands up?
I guess Glaire's gonna walk over and grab him again.
All right, you grab him. Sort of.
Start trying to tie him up with rope. I'm assuming I have rope in in my explorer's kit. I think it is.
Okay. So you sort of begin
Hog
tying.
tie the son of a bitch.
Yes, you begin tying him up. But before you sort of begin with that, he says, hey, listen. It doesn't have to come to this. Why don't we cut a deal? What do you say?
Let's see. Murderer and just tried to flee from us, trying to cut a deal. No, I'm really not interested.
He
Blair,
says,
hear him out.
he says, I have something that you might be interested in. If you let me go, I'll give it to you. No questions asked. We can both go on our ways. It's very valuable. You won't find something like this anywhere else.
I'm assuming I tied him up. Do I need to do a check for that at all, or?
No. This is kind of like a little before that, but you can
Okay.
continue tying him up while he's saying this. He's just sort of telling you. He says, it's a new type of weapon.
Can I search him?
Yeah, you do. As you're tying him up, you do see that holstered on his side is what appears to be it's a pistol. You all don't exactly know what it is yet, but it is a pistol on his side. And he
Is that the only
says,
thing he has on him?
well, he's wearing some clothes and stuff, but that's pretty much
Okay.
it. But he does have a pistol, and he says, I'll give this to you if you let me go.
Glaire's just gonna kind of look at him. Why don't I
All
just take it and keep you tied up?
He says, if you take it, the city guard will find out that you have it and will request it, and you won't have it anymore. And withholding evidence is against the law of Waterdeep.
I toss it over to Jeff.
The pistol?
Yep.
Okay.
Why are you tossing it at me? I don't even know what the hell's going on.
It's
Ari's
obviously
interested in the
valuable enough
shiny.
to hold on to it. And you seem to be the best at hiding things.
I mean, that's fair. But I'm not doing anything until we decide what we're going to do as a group. Like I said, I still don't know what the hell's going on.
Ari wants to look at the shiny.
So does Glare, but he's more concerned about the guy who was able to cast like 6 different spells to try to escape in the moment.
I'll let Tari see it.
All right. Yeah, definitely. It's kind of hard to explain to someone who doesn't know what it is, but it looks like a pistol, and you're just looking at it like, how the fuck does this thing even work? What's it even do? I don't know. You're just looking at this thing. It does smell of some kind of powder. It's kind of weird, like spicy smell comes from it.
I'm going to look at the guy and ask him, how does it even work?
He says, it requires a thing called smoke powder.
Would Glare know what that was with his experience with different kind of
You do.
locations?
Yes,
Okay.
you do. You know that smoke powder is a magical item. And in this world, it's a magical item that is very, very, very volatile and explosive. And that whatever this device is, if it utilizes that stuff would have to be handled fairly carefully. Else, explosions and bad things could happen. But yeah.
So the next question is would Tari know what smoke powder is, being a part of the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians?
I'll say you can make a intelligence check. Let's do it with your proficiency added. So whatever your int is +2. Let's see how much you know. The only reason I give it to Glare for free is because he is an artificer. Yeah, so you'll know the same thing that Glare does.
Fantastic.
It's like a magical, like almost between magical and alchemical sort of substance that's volatile.
Well, let's start with the obvious question. Why are you killing the elves on this dock here?
He says, I just hate them. I hate elves.
Glaire's just kind of look around. If I'm being honest, I was expecting, like, a backstory, or, expecting it to be that easy.
He's like, no, they always look down on our people and think we're lesser than them, and I'm getting them back. And you see,
I'm
he's
gonna
like,
be
he's
like-
like, he's like got this sadistic smile on his face. Like,
I'm leaning on the side of the
sicko.
building and looking at the rest of them, and I'm just kind of like, I mean, he has a point there.
I mean, you all look the same to me, really.
I think everyone's a unique piece of art, personally.
Says, anyway, do
None
as
of
you
you-
will. Turn me into the City Watch. See
It's
if
hard
I
to tell what
care.
any of you look like without fur.
Do we turn him in or just take care of it?
Just don't let him see you with that pistol.
We might want to take the holster off of him before we turn him in. Or that thing on the
Yeah.
side.
Glare
It
will
was
cut
like-
it off with his knife, I guess, just to...
I mean,
Toss
do
it
you even
back.
really want to keep this weapon? I mean, we could just turn it in, so it's clean of. We're clean of it.
Could turn it in, but I kind of want to see if I can take it apart. There might be something fascinating about that.
He's
For the record, Glare is not lawful. He's chaotic good.
yes. The prisoner will just shrug. Do whatever you want, but you really don't want the City Watch on after you.
I'm already in their
Doesn't
bad books
say-
anyways.
When we have to turn it in.
Does this dark elf have any markings on them that we could tell?
Make a investigation check.
Can you do it for me, bud?
Yeah. Roll skill check. Investigation.
Damn.
What do you get? Did I do a patented
17.
high roll? Yeah, I did do a patented high roll. I'm trying to see if he does. You do not notice any markings or anything on him, though you do find what appears to be a black eye patch in one of his pockets.
Well, this is interesting. Don't know why you would need this. I just pocketed it for now.
I glance at everybody around me, and I'm just kind of like, oh shit.
You know, our
Another
spider...
question, I suppose, is how did you even acquire this weapon if it's just that dangerous and should be kept on low?
He says, I don't know, the boss found it. Gave it out to all of us.
Would Glare, being formerly of the City Watch, know what that the black eye patch signifies?
Make a history check. This is a hard one.
Yeah, I figured as much.
While Glaire's thinking about that. Our
Nope.
spider looks awful
No.
hungry.
Yes, the spider. Meanwhile, Xena, what is Spina the spider doing?
Sleeping.
What? You're in spider form. You guys are tying this dude up. You're sort of got these 8 legs and feelers going about. What are you doing? What are you?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm still dealing with all the guild prizes and questions. I have no idea what's going on. Like,
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
I literally have no idea what's going on or what was being said. And normally I like to pay attention to it. I can't because I have to finish this.
Okay. Very well.
So just put me on like auto follow, I guess, until I'm able to tune
Got
in.
it. Got it.
Let's-
Understood.
Let's feed the prisoner to the spider. City Watch won't care. Problem solved.
It was one of Xena's quests, right?
Yes, this one you heard from. She got a paper bird on the way
Right.
back from the Blackstaff Tower and told her of this.
Glare will kind of turn towards her. Well, did they give any instructions on where to take him if we, what to do with him if we got him? Do we take him in? Do we just take care of him now?
You just hear her go.
You really don't need to be a spider right now. Right. I'm going to take that as a no.
She sort of puts her legs up like
Oh
she's
my
trying to explain something to you.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take everything you say with that kind of a hiss as a no.
You see like venom dripping from the fangs and sort of
Right.
hitting
Not
the
talking
stone.
to you anymore. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I am inclined to say City Watch.
All right.
I mean, you mentioned the boss. Who's this boss?
That's an excellent question.
He'll say, he's like, now that's one piece of information that you're not going to get out of me. You can kill me before I give you that.
Well,
Well, if you're
killing.
gonna be dead anyways, why not tell us?
He just sort of shakes his head. He'll find you soon enough.
Well, killing's a little bit too easy. Now, if I had a basket of figs, some olive oil, a little bit of fire, bet we could make him talk.
He won't talk.
I can keep him alive while you do this.
He says, when you turn me in, you will have made a very powerful enemy. I highly suggest you reconsider my offer.
Tari, still to Glare. We should just kill him. Turning him in won't make us turning him in makes us an enemy. Killing
I
him.
mean, that's a pretty good point to me.
But of course, that's only to Glare. So
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, if you don't wanna, I'll do it.
What are you guys doing?
Well, if no one else is going to do it, Glare is going to execute him.
You just gonna kill him?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just say it's an execution style kill. How do you want to do this?
Pickaxe right to the throat.
All right. You impale him in the throat with a pickaxe, and he falls dead.
A little warning if you're gonna do that. Ugh.
I did give. Oh, right. You can't hear Tari.
Blood spews atop the spider.
I guess, are you
Such a
hungry
decision.
now, Xena, or,
To Vince. Hey, will you clean up his cloak? It was kind of nice. I'm gonna take it.
I will do so.
Fantastic. So I take his cloak after Vince cleans it.
All right, you have his cloak. All right.
and my pickaxe.
So you grab his cloak, you grab your pickaxe. The body is just sort of laying there on the dock, bleeding out onto the streets. What do you guys do?
To Glare.
Wait,
Now we
wait.
notify the City Watch.
Not a bad idea.
So, but why didn't we take him to the sewer first and then kill him? So then that guard captain guy wouldn't be mad at us.
Well, Glare, grab the body. Vince, clean the cobblestone, and we'll just toss it in the sewer.
We're just gonna drag the body to the sewers.
Yeah, just toss it in there. Call the City Watch. Tell it's down there.
I mean, they'll know who did it for sure then. Well, let's go.
Yep.
All right. So let me get. So hold on. So you're gonna grab the body, clean the blood with prestidigitation, and then drop him in the sewers.
Yep.
You know, in our
That's what they
defense,
wanna
he was the
do.
one who kept. In our
Wait,
defense, he was on the
Why don't we
streets.
just say we killed him while he was running after he tried to kill the freaking elf?
Because dude said to keep the blood off the streets. This is the city watch's job technically, but if he's in the sewer, we say we killed him down there.
Yeah,
I mean-
we saw him going into the sewers, thought that was suspicious, and
Why don't we just tell him that
You know,
we
this
didn't
is getting
quite
kinda
make it, and then
cutthroat.
move it, and then tell him we still did it? I just feel like hiding the body is just going to get us in trouble. I'm
I'm
just
not saying hide the body. I'm just going to tell the city watch where it's at. That way, it looks like we killed it in the sewer.
you might be taking this whole keep the blood off the streets a little bit too literally, maybe, Tari.
I thought it was supposed to be just to keep it off. Personally, myself.
Well, to be fair, this is the docks. It's not technically a street; it's a dock.
You know what? You guys do what you want to do. I'm going to clean this freaking mess up.
Oh yeah, just
And then
clean up the blood. Then it's not there.
I'll give him a hand with that.
All right. So you all.
The best of murder. We are the best of. We are the best of
So
murder.
you guys
hobos.
take the man you just murdered, and you clean up the blood, and you go and with some help, throw him into the sewer. All right. He is safely in the sewer now. There's a manhole basically that you find. I'd like everyone to make a stealth check.
Oh god. I have disadvantage.
God.
Alright, I'm almost back.
Oh,
Holy shit.
So sneaking in to find something, I fail, but to hide a body, oh yeah.
To hide a body, look what I rolled. I rolled a 20 to 19.
I'll roll for Vince and Smina.
the stealthiest one rolls a 15. Ugh.
I'm wearing chainmail and I'm stealthier than you right now.
All right. Oh, she was really stealthy too. Okay. Yeah. So let me hold on. Yeah. Okay. So you guys dump it in. You don't think you were seen, and you covered the manhole back up. And now what do you do?
We tell the city guard.
Yeah,
the
fine.
City watch.
All right. You find the nearest city watch person that you can, and he sort of turns to you, and he's got like a spear at his side and a shield, and he says, "What is the problem?"
We happened upon someone who was trying to kill someone down by the docks and chase him down into the sewers, where we unfortunately were forced to kill him because he, was fighting back. But we might have killed him. Potential serial killer from the docks.
Tell him to alert that one guard captain.
He fled.
Oh, right.
He fled to the sewers. You say?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Make a deception check.
Shit.
F.
Claire is not good at talking to people.
He says, "We will go investigate. Come with me." And he will get a group of men, and they will all go investigate. And you see that one of the men is Jalister Silvermane, who some of you know. He frequents the Yawning Portal, and he shows up. And by now, like, this guy has sort of alerted several other guards, and Jalister is a captain of the city watch, and he shows up and sort of sees you all there, and he sees Jeff there, and he walks up to you and he says, "Jeff, what happened here? What's going on?"
Jalister, my friend, I'm sorry that it ended up this way, but we can explain how this happened. So I'm going to kind of talk to him about what happened, the way that Glare and Tari wanted to freaking tell it, but instead of like what actually happened. And hopefully he believes us.
All right. Okay.
And then, is Tari close enough to hear him explaining?
Yes. So you're telling him the whole truth? Are you gonna tell him about the pistol too?
No, I'm not gonna tell him about the pistol.
All right. So you tell him about everything but the pistol. Then.
Tari's going to interject while he's explaining, saying, "We were told to keep the blood off the streets, so that's what we did."
Oh my god. All right. Make a. This is like halfway between persuasion and deception, because it's like most of it's true, but I'm still gonna say it's still deception because you're leaving out the pistol part. So make a deception.
It's +6 for both for me anyway. So.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I'll just do dissuasion.
Yes. Okay. He says.
You're way better at than Glare.
He says, "Okay, well, from what the men have been saying, the story seems a bit strange, but I'll take your word for it for now. We'll have to investigate the crime scene. I may have more questions for you tomorrow or the day after, perhaps. Is it okay if I stop by?"
Sure, that's fine, no problem. We'll be there.
All right. You all are free to go for now, but I'll be in touch. And that's it. They sort of begin to quarantine the place off. You see they've surrounded the manhole, and several of them are going down, and they're all talking to each other about who this could potentially be. And so far, they're thinking he might be Zentarim, but maybe there's something else going on since he's a drow. A lot of whisper, a lot of rumors, nothing too substantial. They don't think he's with the Xanathar Guild. He looks a bit too well dressed and put together, so they kind of write that off. But they're just sort of discussing the case, as it were. So now you guys are sort of you're outside. They're still doing that. Jalister is sort of coordinating where the guards are going. What do you do?
I guess go home.
Tari's just going to start going home.
All right. So you all make your way home, and as you arrive, it's nighttime now, so it's pretty late. I'm just going to go ahead and move you to that battle map. It's not really a battle map, but I mean it can be.
Party versus giant rats.
All right, so you all are now back at the tavern. You've made your way home, and things seem mostly quiet by now. It seems as though the halflings have gone to sleep, and as you enter, you find it in much the same way that it was before, though slightly cleaner. They're doing a good job sort of maintaining this place while you all are away. What would you like to do first thing as you get home?
I'm going to ask Jeff, do you mind if I have a look at that contraption he gave us? I wouldn't mind trying to figure out how it works.
Fine, take it. But I suggest we get rid of it before tomorrow. I'm just saying. I'm going to toss it to him, and I'm going up to my room.
All right.
Ari's gonna start a fire.
All right. You start a fire in the sort of hearth in the tavern, and you begin to take a look at the pistol. I'd like you just to make a tinker's check. So that's
Just a straight intelligence roll, or
intelligence plus your proficiency, since you are proficient in tinker's tools, to see if you can sort of figure out what the hell this thing is. How it works.
Proficiency. Yeah, proficiency right now is +2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just do an intelligence. Oh, I haven't selected myself. Bleh. Let's just do intelligence, and this is +2. So 21.
Okay, yeah, you with that roll, you do. It takes you a few hours, but you do manage to figure out how this thing works. So on D&D Beyond, you can find a pistol on there, just a normal pistol, and you will also know that. One sec. If I pull this up. You will also know one sec. That hold on. I thought it said it here somewhere. Okay, here it is. So yes, so you will know that you will need that normally if you have like a small packet of smoke powder, that would be enough to fire 5 shots from the pistol. Whereas if you manage to get a hold of a keg of smoke powder, that's enough for 500 shots, or you could sort of refill packets to get shots out of it. Yes.
Would I happen to be able to figure out where it came from or how I can get more of them?
More pistols?
Can I make them?
You can. Yes, actually, you can try to make them. You know that. Actually, make a history check. This one's also really difficult to see if you've ever heard where these things have come from. Yeah. So you think you've heard of these people like off to the faraway place called the Lantanese people, who have been known to make these types of weapons and sort of metallic style devices. You think it might be from there, but you think the way that it's made, you can reverse engineer this thing and try to make more, though it might take you a lot of time to make one. But you think you can create more if you really wanted to.
Yeah, Glare will definitely try to take it apart a couple times and put it back together.
All right, so that's what you're doing tonight. What is Vince doing tonight?
Vince is going to just have good thoughts about having a good performance before that big battle, and basically just go to sleep with a smile on his face, not really doing too much, just want to get some rest.
All right. Okay, you will go do that and get some rest in. What is Jeff doing?
I've gone to my room. I'm basically washing up and headed to bed. I really don't want to be around everybody else. After seeing that guy with the eye patch, kind of want to keep some distance right now.
All right. Okay, so you go back to your room. Xena will also go back to her room. She's no longer a spider. She just sort of...
Thank God.
Yes, she's very tired, and she will go up and go to her room. All right. So during the night, Tari, you have another dream. This time, it's very bizarre because it's stuff that you're not really familiar with this type of thing at all, but you sort of see a sort of metallic looking tube with sort of doors in the center of it, and many people all around, but they're like spectral purple versions of people, uh, people that you've never seen, shapes of people you've never seen before as well. And they all enter this tube, and it's sort of levitating a bit off of some sort of platform. And as they get in, it levitates a bit higher and sort of shoots off in one direction, and then your dream ends. You've never seen anything like that before. Anyway, y'all wake up, and the first thing that you notice is that Widget, not Widget, sorry, not Widget, not Widget. That can't happen right now. So the first thing you notice, Jeff, is that as you wake up and you look outside your window, you see that there is a bag sitting outside, like a pouch.
Well, I'm gonna get up and walk out to go investigate.
All right.
I think he said it was outside your window, didn't he?
Yeah, it's just outside your window. You can just open the window.
Oh, okay. So I'll just open it up. I guess it's just sitting on the seal.
Yeah, it's just sitting on the sill there. And when you look at it, it's a pouch of gold. And there's 75 gold in there.
Pick it up and pocket it.
Yep.
Think to myself, it must be from my mission.
Yes. All right. So you all wake up that morning as well. What are you guys doing in the morning?
I'm still probably tinkering around with this pistol thing because I've never seen it before and I'm very curious.
All right.
Tari's gonna go bathe and get ready for the day.
All right. So
This morning.
Tari's taking a bath. Xena is sort of. She just comes downstairs and is sort of talking to Widget, but she goes into the kitchen and sort of begins cooking and doing other things in the kitchen. Meanwhile, let's see. All right, so where's Vince right now exactly in the morning?
Vince is, if food is not made yet, Vince is probably actually going to take a stroll around the area, the neighborhood area.
Okay. You take a stroll around the neighborhood area, and you see actually a familiar face out about town. Are you going somewhere in particular, by the way?
No, just walking around, really.
Okay.
Until food is ready.
All right. All right. So, when you are walking around town, you see Penelope sort of heading towards your place, towards your manor, like just as you're walking around.
I will try to catch her attention and wait for her.
Yes, and as she's walking around, you see that she has in her hands a crepe, and she is like stuffing her face with this thing as she's walking by. And as she sees you, she was like, and then she sort of like gulps it down as quick as she can, and she's like, "Hi, it's me, Penelope. Nice to see you again. Remember me?"
Yes, I do remember you, and I cannot blame you on your choice of food. It's really good.
She said, she sort of smiles. She says, "Thank you. I love these things. They're so amazing." Anyway, before I forget, she says, "Come here," and she'll sort of try to pull you to somewhere with fewer people around to tell you something.
I will follow.
All right. She says, "We have a new mission for you. I don't know why they got me to do this, because I'm usually not that great at these types of things. But I think
You've been
everyone
doing
else was
great so
listening.
far. Good job.
Thank you. Okay, let me see if I can remember everything.
For each other.
She says, she sort of like puts her finger, like as if she's like thinking really hard, like on her cheek, and she's like, she seems to have an aha moment. She's like, there's an old woman. Her name is Uza Solizef, and she sells books on Sorn Street in the Trades Ward. She says she's trapped a monster in her shop and fears for the welfare of her books and her cat. Now, where she's at, the City Watch isn't likely to help her because she's kind of crazy. She sort of tells all these like tall tales and other crazy stories. But the Harpers, we kind of owe her a favor. Anyway, you'll find her sobbing at Felzun's Folly, which is on the corner of Sorn Street and Salabar Street. Make haste. Go, go.
All right, I will. Thank you.
All right. And she will sort of smile at you and be like, anyway, hope to see you later. Bye.
I'm sure we will, and I will give a wink.
Okay. She'll wink back and she will run off in the distance. Clop, 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 clop. All the way. All right. So that happens to you. What do you do after that encounter? Do you still walk around town?
I will probably head back to our abode with haste. It's very important.
All right. You head back, and the rest of you, anyone who is down in the tavern area, will sort of hear the door open and Vince come in.
All right. Seems like our expertise might be needed.
Our expertise is partly in the sewers.
I don't think there has to be murder this time. Anyways, and then I will go ahead and fill them with the information I was given by Penelope.
All right. So you get filled in from Vince as to what went down. There's a new mission from Penelope to sort of help this old woman who has a monster chasing her cat.
I mean, you have to be curious, right, Claire? Right?
I am definitely curious what kind of thing eats cats. They're a close relative of my species. I'm not sure if that was apparent.
I just give a look. What? I just give a look. I'm like, can't tell if sarcasm still.
What? No, I'm being serious. They actually are.
We knew. Okay, never mind. Anyways, like I said, it would be very good if we can make this happen as fast as possible. As like last time, I'm sure we'll get rewarded pretty handsomely, like last time.
Well, at the very least, I don't have any plans yet today. I'm not sure about the rest of you.
Ari's just gonna shrug.
I'm up for it.
All right.
Oh, by the way, here's your share, and I throw it to Xena and Jeff for the dragon.
Oh.
I'm assuming they already entered it into their pockets, but I'm just story-wise, it was good.
I totally forgot.
All right. So the two of you, well, I'll add it for Xena. But you both each gain 50 gold pieces. So go ahead and add that in.
Sweet. I know what I'm doing before the end of this session.
Buying a new sword.
No, get me a chest plate.
Ooh.
All right. So, okay, so you guys now have that gold. Just so you all know, I do want to remind you. Do you all want to start paying for the repairs to happen to the tavern? I'm not sure what everyone's gold situation is at, but you
It
might be able
was-
to afford it by that. 650
Yeah,
for
I
the
was gonna
whole
say.
thing.
Yeah, so there's 5 of us.
I currently have 225, so
So if everyone gives 130, if my math checks out, it should be good. That's if everyone does it.
I could afford that right now.
And I'm sure there's more money on the way. Just saying.
I can afford it too.
How much do you have right now, Vince?
I have 258.
Okay.
I wonder what I spent the money on. Oh, you
mean-
probably started with more than I did.
I've got 333 now as well.
I was going to say I can pay off your share, Jeff, if you will pay me back eventually.
No, I can pay for it. I mean, I did just get paid for a job, so
I will go ahead, or Tari will go ahead and pay her share.
So it's 130 per, you said? I'm going to adjust
Yep.
Zena's sheet. All right. Boom.
I will adjust mine.
yeah, I paid 2.
Excellent.
I am now down to 95. Well, I'm not going to be able to probably make that pistol for a bit, because I'll probably need to buy parts.
I can still get my new leather armor, but I'd have 3 gold left.
All right.
Well, the good thing we might make some more gold today, my friends. Let us get going.
Yes. Yes, you do. And Xena will also follow with her ferret widget is also there. All right. So you guys begin making your. Everyone goes. By the way, does anyone want to do anything else before I do that? Before we continue.
I think everyone said yes.
All right. So everyone follows along to try to get to this place to help this woman. On the way, you guys sort of it's a bit of a walk, probably about a 30-minute to 45-minute walk. On the way, though, you get to sort of a central area of town where sort of a busier area, and there's like, you know, carts and horses and all like manner of people going down this sort of thoroughfare right now. And as you go down there, you hear people chanting "Ulf, Ulf, 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 Ulf" in the streets, and there's a crowd of people all around this area, and you see that he is doing his trademark thing where he is streaming on Witch, and he's got this white orb in front of his face, and he says something like, "What's up? It's your boy Ulf again. This time advertising my next show 2 days from today. Can you all believe it?" And as he says that, there's screams everywhere. Women are throwing like their bras in the air and all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. And he says, "Remember, though, this time we're going to be raising money for charity within the city. A portion of our proceeds will be going towards the various orphanages and pet stores around Waterdeep. So if you all come by, just know that you're helping a good cause." And people are like, wow, they get all somber and serious. Like, wow, Ulf is such a cool guy for doing that. He's like, yes, I know, exactly. Thank you all so much. And so what are you guys doing as this whole spectacle is going on?
If he ever wants to come to our inn, I'm going to decline.
I'm gonna disguise myself with that guy one of these days, and I'm gonna have some fun. Just saying.
I'm just saying, if he does come to our tavern when we have it all set up, if it's when I'm performing, I'd be more than happy for having him there.
I actually kind of like Jeff's plan better, if I'm being honest.
Where is his performance anyways? I asked like a random person as we're walking by. Or this thing he's
Who cares?
He'll tell you that it's actually at a place that you know. It's at the same sort of theater that the Strahd play was in. It's kind of sort of one of the bigger main theaters in the city.
And what does he even do?
When you say that, the person just sort of looks at you in shock, and they're like, "You don't know about Ulf? Ulf
I do
Fullreaper?
not, sadly.
He puts on a great show. He's an entertainer. He does everything. He sings. He does tricks. He does death-defying stunts. He's got a team of people who apparently used to be adventurers with him. He's really cool.
I'm
You should
surprised
check
I
out his
didn't
show.
recognize his presence.
It's a bit expensive, but, you know, so is anything worth going to, you know?
Do I get the vibes he's a bard?
Yeah.
I just keep walking.
What's wrong? It seems like you'd get along.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's nothing. We got
Well,
a
guess
test.
that answers that question.
All right. All right. So as you all begin sort of making your way back to help this woman with her cat problem, you do find you do see various newspapers about this morning, and people seem very shocked as they look at them, and they sort of are whispering about, "Can you believe this is happening?" Stuff like that.
I will see if I can part.
Yeah, and you
Reading a
actually,
newspaper?
you actually do find a kid waving them around, being like,
Extra,
extra. Exactly.
I will give him 3 copper.
All right, and he will give you a newspaper, and you will see that sort of on the front page is a story that sort of ousts several Waterdavian nobles, noble families, sort of saying that they worship devils. And the story even goes on to mention orgies and these secret dealings of devil worship and devil summoning happening behind closed doors in Waterdeep. And it's sort of tarnishing the name of all these, a few of these big noble families.
And of these noble families, is there any connection? It's like, are they all one type of race, or are they something else?
Okay, so make a history check to see if you can.
Could I aid him in that?
For a knowledge check? Yeah, sure, why not? It's fine.
Considering I
To
Doesn't
Claire.
matter.
okay then, fine.
All right.
I was trying to be helpful.
Yeah, you don't think so. You don't think so. You don't think that there's any connection here. You're having trouble piecing that together.
After that, all this comes out all at once. This is very, I guess, fortuitous for people. Maybe.
Well, if you're one of these noble families.
I'm just standing at the back of the group, just smiling while everybody's making it to me.
After reading over Vince's shoulder to Glare, besides the demon worship and summoning, sounds like a great time.
No, last one I visited wasn't that exciting.
You were doing it wrong.
Fair enough.
All right. So, is there anything else you all would like to do before continuing making your way?
Glare, you want to keep that newspaper for your bed?
Why would I need a newspaper? I usually tinker with things before bed. I don't even use a book. No response, eh?
She's just going to stare at you for a minute and then continue following Vince.
All right. Eventually, you all do make it to the place in question. And standing outside this place is a woman sort of wearing a bonnet over her head. And she's standing in front of the door. and when she sees all of you, her eyes sort of light up, and she runs up to you, this elderly woman, and she says, "Are you the ones who are supposed to help me?"
That would be correct. Can you fill us in on what's going on here?
She says, "My name is Uza, and my cat, her name is Philippa, is in the shop, and there's a monster in there.
What kind of monster?
It's got an eyeball and
Oh, God.
stalks with other eyeballs on it.
Interesting.
It's like an orb, monstrous, with many of these eyes."
How
Blair
many eyes?
Claire will kind of shoot a glance over at Vince, kind of like, that's not what I think it is it?
How many eyes?
She will say, hold on. See if I can find it. Let me count. She'll say, "I think there were 5.
5. I feel like we've counted a creature like that before.
Is there a window on the shop?
Yes.
While they're having that conversation, Tari's going to peek in to see what she can see.
You don't see anything from this point of view. It's just sort of an empty, kind of a ruined shop inside.
Okay.
She'll say, "Please, will you go in and save my Philippa?"
Of course. We would be happy to. And I will go ahead and play a little ditty, and the air around me starts to grow cold and forms armor of Agathis around.
Okay.
Tari will walk over to Claire and use
I
Vigilant
was
Blessing.
wondering if you were going to do that.
Yep.
All right, everyone make sure your tokens are correct with the HP values. They might not be. Sorry about that. I don't know why it does that. But the woman will give you sort of the keys to the establishment as the door is locked, so you can freely go in. How do you guys want to approach and go into this place?
I assume Glare will take the lead with his shield out.
Tari will use her longbow and have or stand where once the door opens she can fire in.
Okay.
I'll follow up behind Glare.
So Glaire's leading
Does
the
it
charge.
open inward or outward for the door?
Inward.
Alright, then I'll give the key to Glare.
All right, you give the key to Glare. We'll just put the marching order something like this, I guess. Is that cool, or do we want to rearrange? Or Xeno will be something like this. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So you all open the door, and I'm just gonna move you all in real quick, or just to see the area, and you see that the place is in fact in shambles for the most part. There are books sort of laying all about, and it just seems very, very messy. You hear a cat meowing upstairs.
Glare, your people are in danger. Go!
I haven't actually seen too many other
Just
traps
kick it
around
in.
here, so... Oh. Then no, we're inside already, I thought. I guess I'll go towards where the cat is, because that's where they said the monster was.
We'll just kick something then.
All right.
Kick a box on the way up.
So you're
Kick a box or a chair, whatever.
Keep the meme alive.
Don't worry, there'll be more
Don't let the
doors.
meme die.
I will not let it die.
Doors. There will always be more doors.
all right. What are you guys doing? You're
So
making...
we rush for the cat.
All right, you rush upstairs where you think the sound is coming from, and when you do, I'm just moving your token, sorry. You see that sort of towards the end of this balcony slash railing overlooking the bottom area of the shop is this creature, which you will see soon. And I would like all of you to roll for initiative.
So if I roll twice, will that screw up your thing?
I'll fix it.
Okay.
Vince is ready. Hey.
F.
Oh, not bad. I'll take the 16, please.
All right, and we'll roll initiative for the
Roll
cat.
the natural 1. Fuck.
Good measure. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up initiative order. So
Oh,
Glare,
I got
well,
my
you got
spells.
Glare, you got a 7, and what was your other?
16.
16. So we'll put you at 16. And we'll sort by descending. All right, so first up we have Vince. So Vince, you see this creature, this monstrous-looking creature.
I can't really see anything.
Oh, yeah, neither can I.
Oh, really? Can you, if I move you a little bit?
Yeah, I see it now.
You see him
Okay.
about right there.
Did we see the cat yet, by the way?
Yeah, you see the cat like right here. I'll move him up a bit. You see the cat now?
Oh, he's cornered? He's at the end of the hall?
Yeah, he's at the end of the hall there, sort of
Okay.
cornered by this thing. And he's going.
Like, Glare will go.
Yes. What would you like to do, Vince?
Alright. Let me see the range of this really quick. 60 feet. I'm going to start playing on my violin as wings sprout out as I use my mantle of inspiration. I'm going to target that cat.
Okay. Yeah.
Xena and Glare. It's like, all right, front lines, go, and then I'll like do a little, come here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
And that gives +5, right, to them?
5 temporary hit points, and then they can use their reaction to move without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Okay, Xeno will rush up 5, 10,
So it's 5, sorry? How much temp?
5.
10,
Alright.
15, 20, 25, 30. She'll move right. Actually, she's 35.
6. I can go.
Yeah, she's 35, so she'll move up 1 more. She'll move to the side here and get ready.
And then I'm not sure the movement speed of a cat, but hopefully it can maybe get behind Glare if it chooses to move.
Yeah, it will. It'll go. Let me check the movement speed of a cat. It will go 40 feet. So it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to end up like right there on top of a box as it tries to run away. All right, and what would you like to do for your action?
And for my action, I will go ahead and try to use an Eldritch Blast on it.
All right,
The,
go make an attack roll.
19.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points of force damage.
All right. Blue crackling beam of force cracks the creature in the back of the head, and it turns around, and you hear, you watch as the eye sort of glows for a bit, and it goes, "Oh, it's you, the meddlers."
This one talks.
I kind of like that for a group name, actually.
The meddlers.
All right. Would you like to do anything else? Move or anything with your?
New stat.
I will. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna just like get in front of the cat just in case, just cause why not?
All right. It is the cat's turn. The cat's just gonna run the fuck away to the other side of the
Yeah, that's what I
building.
thought.
Yeah. It's not dealing with this. Can go hide. All right. Xena is up. She will rush up to the creature, and you watch as her rolling pin lights up and gets reinforced, and she's gonna crack this thing with the rolling pin as hard as she can. I gotta look up her stuff. 1d 20 plus 5 is a plus 5. Okay. That's a hit, and then she's gonna do 1d8 plus 3 for that attack. So she cracks this thing, one of the eye stalks, and bends it a bit with her empowered rolling pin, and then she's gonna, with her knee, sort of kick up and try to knee this thing from the bottom of its glowy orbness. We'll see how that goes. That misses, unfortunately. So she tries to follow up with a knee from below, but the orb sort of dodges a bit out of the way and sort of glares at her. She's like, "I know all about you too," as it stares at her.
Well, that's not creepy.
Glare, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna swing at it with my war pick.
Do it up. Yeah, you miss completely, and actually your war pick gets caught on the railing next to you, and you're like, "Oh fuck!" And then you dislodge it a bit.
This could be going better.
Is that it? This is...
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else I want to use right now.
All right, it's the creature's turn. It will. Two of its eye stalks. One of them will look at you, Vince, and the other will target Glare. Vince, you watch as a black ray hits you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me. Oof. All right, you take 16 points of necrotic damage as this black ray hits your chest, and the veins up in your neck and on your chest sort of turn this gross black color. And you cough up blood, and the blood itself is now turning black too, and you can feel your skin sort of decaying underneath. Hurts really bad.
Okay.
Glare, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay, well, it's not as bad as it could have been then.
So you feel this this blue ray hits you this time, and you manage to shrug off the effects. You feel yourself almost being scared of this creature as it looks monstrous in front of you, but you sort of shrug and shake off the effect before it can take effect. And that is it for its turn. Jeff, you're up.
All right, I'm going to start by casting Hexblade's Curse on it.
All right. Just remind me that that's a thing, but I'm going to put a red marker on it just to remind myself.
It's +2 to damage rolls, and then I score a critical with a 19 or 20. So
perfect.
Okay, and then what to do? Do I go all out on this bastard? And I can't see anything, so.
Oh, if you move over just like 2 more, it's because of the lighting. But if you move like
okay.
2 squares, 3 squares.
I'm gonna move here. I can't even tell where the damn thing is. I guess he's on the west side of the room.
Oh, like you'd have to move here basically. It's like a balcony up top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see now. All right. Unless I want to move up close enough.
We'll say you used 15 feet of movement so far to get there, so you have 15 more.
We'll go there. Can I actually cast at him without hitting Glare?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to hit him with Eldritch Blast for now.
Eldritch Blast. Alright, go ahead and roll attack. Yes, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a fucking crit.
Oh no, you got to roll
No,
on the
not. It's
on
a
the
natural.
die.
Oh, no. Sorry. That's right. That's an
Yeah.
attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
And you get to add 2 to the damage on this from the Hexblade's Curse.
Right. So...
Hexblade's Curse.
Sorry, it's been a little bit.
It's fine.
Good. It should be Woo.
Wow.
So that's an extra 2 on that for Hexblade's Curse. So that's 14 points of damage. You sort of cut through your new sword, now enchanted with this strange ice on the hilt. You slash up, and this blue crackling force energy that now has these ice crystals sort of coming off the back of it slash into this thing and actually sort of cut a serious gash into it. And you watch as this sort of purple, dark purple, viscous blood sort of splatters onto the ground and all across the railing near it. And it sort of howls in pain.
Yes, you did.
I'll get you next.
I just pointed my eyes and I pointed him as I hold my sword with the other hand. Watching you.
Say, you all are nothing. I am great. I will find you again. All right,
Again?
Tari, you're up.
Tari's gonna apparently not move when I tell her to. There we go. She's gonna move here and take a shot at.
All right, make an attack roll.
Don't worry, she's gonna miss spectacularly.
Well, you called it. Wow. You missed spectacularly. It's crazy.
It looked good.
Arrow goes wide. Yeah, it does look good. Except for not
hitting.
Yeah. All right. That's it for your turn. Unless you want to use a bonus action.
Actually, yes, I will. Tari will. Healing word, Vince.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. All right, you heal 5, Vince, as this sort of purple glow begins to sort of make some of these black veins and whatnot retreat a little, and some of your skin begins to necrosis and come back to normal. Not all of it, but it soothes the pain a little. And with that, it is your turn, Vince.
All given out. It's like, yeah, you know what? I do got this. I am great. I'm gonna use healing word myself.
Okay. All right. Heal some more. And now you're looking pretty good. You're sort of all the black veins have mostly retreated. There's a little bit in the center of your chest just where it directly hit, but nowhere near as bad.
And then I will go ahead and like do a loud screech on the violin, like when people misplay it, like just that really loud, irritating screech, and use an Eldritch Blast with that noise. 16 to hit.
Will shudder.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 3 points.
3 points of damage.
You strike it right in the center of its body, and it roars at you as it's in pain.
I'll hide behind Jeff.
All right. Xena will reach into her pouch and grab a fistful of black pepper and try to shove it in this thing's eye. And be like, take this, you big bully! Trying to eat the kitty. He's gonna try to slam it in his face.
Doesn't care about Vince, but the kitty.
Yes. This is a
Vince
+5.
blasted thing, but the kitty.
It's fine. It's
Oh my
fine.
God.
It's understandable. The cat is top priority at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Close cousin of the ferret too, I imagine, right?
yes. So she deals 5 points of damage with that strike, and then she's gonna go again for the knee kick from below. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, our attack rolls aren't doing so well, are they?
For another 6 points of damage. So she's pummeling this thing, and it closes its center eye like, "Ah, why'd you put that in my eye? It hurts. It stings bad." It's really mad.
That's probably why she did it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's her thing. Meanwhile, Glare, it is your turn.
I will wrench my war pick from the banister that it's stuck in and try to swing back at it.
All right. Yes, that hits this time. Go ahead and roll damage.
Die.
Yeah, okay.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
You crack it and you cause a hole, and now it's definitely looking bloody by this point, by the way. But some more of
hope
that purple blood sort of spills to the ground, and it's pretty gross. At this point, it's its turn. Let me see what it does. It's going to target Jeff with a ray. Jeff, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You got this, bud.
Where's my
Warlocks are known for Constitution, right?
Where's my d10s?
Mine is.
Not me though. Fuck.
It's fun to roll this. All right. 5, 3, and 7, whatever that is. 12, 15.
5, 3.
15.
Jesus,
Yeah, so you watch as this black ray strikes you in the chest, Jeff. It's like the same one that struck Vince, and this black necrosis again begins to sort of infiltrate your veins and start to kill all the skin cells and whatnot in the center of your chest.
That stung a lot.
Yes, the other target will be Xena. And
Thank God.
she has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
But she saves. She's just
damn.
fine. She's like, "You tried to hurt the
good.
kitty!" She's like really pissed off, like at this creature for going after a cat.
Remind me not to touch the ferret.
Yes. Jeff, you're up again. Jeff.
All right, so I'm super pissed off. So I'm gonna cast second level armor of Agathis,
All right. Get that
and
temporary
then
HP.
I'm gonna get right in his fucking face.
All right, you watch as this Arthas-esque armor made of frost sort of begins to form around Jeff, and the helmet and everything in his eyes glow blue now as he's standing out with his sword in front of this creature. Tari, you're up.
Tari's gonna take a shot.
All right, go
Adam.
ahead.
Yeah, she misses.
Misses.
Then healing word, Jeff.
All right, Jeff, you are healed for 6 points. All right. Vince, you are up.
Alrighty. Let's see what I can do. I'm even though I can't hear what Tari said, I can. It's like I see the eye contact. Like, yeah, what she said. You're amazing too, and I'm healing.
Oh my god. All right, 7 points of healing, and who's this going to?
To Jeff.
Okay, Jeff, I think you're fully healed at this point, Jeff. By the way.
Yeah, I'm like way over him. It just takes me to cap though, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
just at the cap. Plus your
so-
armor.
well,
Agathis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you took 15 points of damage, so technically you should have missing 2 maximum HP, but you do have the 10 temporary or 5 temporary hit points.
He didn't get that because you didn't target him with that.
No, he has it from Armor of Agathis.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
Right. So I'm at 25 hit points right now, but it's only because the armor of Agathis.
Yes.
So he's right. I should be at 22, right? So that's 32.
What's your max?
technically?
What's your maximum hit points?
24. So
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
at 32
22.
right now.
Yep. And then I will go ahead and Eldritch Blast again.
Do it. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Just 7.
7
The
points
one
of
is
damage.
if it was a crit.
Crackling force of energy strikes this thing, and you see that it's now having trouble staying afloat. It's clearly very much weakened. On Xena's turn, she will take out the rolling pin and go for a strike on this creature. She misses with the first attack as it manages to bob just below where her strike is about to go. But she's going to follow up with just an uppercut right into this thing's bottom. That does hit, and 3. Woo. Oh my god. And you watch as when she punches up through its bottom, her hand goes completely through with enough force. She punches up through it and her fist bursts out from the creature's central eye, and blood, this purple blood, just spews all over the ground. It's all over you, Jeff, and your Arthas armor. It's on you too, Claire, as she sort of shakes her hand and the thing sort of falls to the ground with a satisfying plop. As it does so, though, it explodes.
Tari to Vince. Look,
Gla-
she's got an eye puppet. Now she can perform with you.
Glare manages to avoid throwing up.
Like
I need you-
sword explodes, like deals
It-
damage explodes.
It
or just, like,
explodes.
goes everywhere.
It explodes, and this gas erupts from it. I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws in the nearby vicinity. Just Jeff, Xena.
Oh,
And,
I was like, everyone. Oh God.
yeah,
Will that count for mine? Because I was doing it to see if I was throwing up. So.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
F.
So you two each take 15 points of poison damage.
Jesus. Do I take half that or?
You take half, so you take 7
That's-
points.
All right. Well, I have 5.
And you begin coughing as this awful gas comes out of this creature, and it plops to the ground.
With the temporary hit points, I only lost 2 health that whole fight. Even though I was standing in front of the damn thing going here.
I mean, technically, I'm still good. I'm at 17. And my armor's just like toast.
Yes. So
Cool,
your armor fades away, and this thing is just sort of leaking out its blood off the balcony. It's sort of dripping onto the floor below, like plop, plop,
Okay.
plop.
That big boy smacked him once. I'm okay with that.
Yes. What do you all do?
I suppose I will just try to get away from the smoke, so I'll probably grab the cat from the... Is the cat still in the vicinity, or did it run away a long time ago?
It's sort of on the other side of the room. You'd have to go around the balcony, but you do see it from here on the other side. It's sort of near... It's sitting atop one of the boxes, sort of bewildered and scared right now.
First of all, how did this even get here? Is it like with the halfling house that we went through? Is there a secret entrance?
Similar to a gazer that we fought before, but that definitely wasn't a gazer. That thing actually spoke.
Make whoever... See, who's wise in this party? Tari?
Xena.
Actually, Tari would be the best to make this roll. Tari, make a wisdom insight check for me.
Are you sure about that with my rolls?
Well,
I
you're
believe in you,
supposed
Tari.
to be the wise
You're due.
one.
You're due. Actually, you got this.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not sure. He was a really weird gazer-looking thing.
You keep jinxing yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself, Tari.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Alright.
What is this confidence you speak of?
All right. Like I said, so we check for like a secret entrance to get into this place.
It definitely does sound like a good thing to check for. Potentially down to the sewers again, if that's where that thing came from. We do really like the sewers, don't we?
I guess Glare will start investigating the place.
Alright.
And if we do find another place to the sewers, can we check our place one more time to make sure there's no secret entrances?
I am definitely willing to.
Alright.
Oh god.
You begin your investigation. You sort of go down to the bottom floor and you sort of look around there, first of all, searching for any potential secret doors or anything of that nature. You don't find anything. What you do find, though, as you make your investigation, in one of the upstairs rooms, there is a hole sort of in one of the nearby walls, and it's probably you would wager that it came in through there, that it probably created the hole with one of the rays and then made its way in.
Where does the hole lead?
Just outside into
okay.
the streets, basically. And the thing can hover and fly, so it could have easily,
That makes sense. Yeah.
flew up and made its way in.
All right, so we report this creature to the city guard as well, or at least the captain, who already knows about the mind flare too.
I'm going to begin to think that like I might be developing a little bit of a complex when it comes to us maybe soon.
All right, mission accomplished, I suppose.
I would
Is there anything left of that creature, or is it just...
I mean, it's just a heaping... No, not really. It's gross. It's like lots of purple, dark purple, viscous blood, some eye stalk. I mean, you can take an eye stalk if you want.
The other one that we killed didn't do this at all though, did it?
In terms of...
like explode into smoke.
No,
Okay.
it did not.
Yeah.
I'll take an eye stalk as a potential trophy for our tavern.
Okay, you take that. You can make a nature check, Glare, if you'd like. Or if anyone else has nature. Let me see if Xena has nature.
I don't have nature.
She does not have nature.
Oh well. Try it. Why not? It's based off my wisdom. Nope.
Yeah, you're not sure what kind of poison or anything that was.
Not my field of expertise, I'm afraid.
I'll go ahead and clean. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my party members off.
All right. Vince sort of cleans you all up with his magic so that you're no longer covered in this gross, dark purple, viscous, nasty, sticky blood.
All right. And then yeah, I'll make sure. If did we find the cat during the investigation?
Yes. It's just on the other side of the room, being scared. Would you like to?
I will try to befriend it. It's probably not going to go well, but I'm going to try.
Okay. Are you just how are you doing it? What's this look like?
I'm just making like noises and like trying to like. Come
okay.
Here.
Make a animal handling check.
Hey, not bad.
It sort of goes and then sort of trots up to you.
I will pick it up and I will look to Xena. Do we know that she could speak to animals? I don't know if we know this or not.
I don't either, actually. I don't know. I don't know if she ever told you. So let's say no for now until we decide what she would want. But yeah, it sort of purrs and sort of.
I will gently pick it up and head towards the entrance of the place and return the cat to the.
All right. And when you do, she seems absolutely ecstatic. She'll be like, "Oh, you saved my kitty cat. I'm so happy." And she'll say, "I must reward you. Come with me. Come with me." And she'll sort of.
I will not say no to such a beautiful lady.
And she'll she holds her cat, who is now in her embrace, and the cat's purring all over the place. And she says, "Oh, Philippa, I'm so happy that nasty creature didn't hurt you." She's sort of petting the cat as she goes around, and she goes into this sort of bookcase that she has, and she's sifting through it and rifling through it, and she's like, "Where did I put that thing? Damn it! This place is such a mess." And after a few minutes of that, she retrieves a scroll case, and she will hand it to you, Vince. Since you
I will take it.
And she'll say,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
she'll say, just a spell that may come in handy for you, I hope.
Thank you very much. Do you have any idea why this monster would have appeared here in the first place?
She says, I have no idea. I don't know why it was after my little Philippa.
If only we could talk to animals. Pity.
At that point, when you say that, Xena will say, I can talk to animals.
Wait, you can?
Wait, what?
She says, yeah. And,
Life is good.
she will talk to the cat, and from your all's perspective, it's just like
Meow 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 meow.
you know, that whole thing happens, and Xena will turn to you all, and she will say, she'll say, the cat says she was walking around town, and she saw these little balloon-looking things carrying another thing, and then that thing looked at her and chased her.
Balloon thing, the gazer thing that we just fought.
She says, I don't know, it's a cat. She's not giving me great descriptions.
Can you ask potentially where this was at in town?
She said, you hear more meowing back and forth, and she will say, Xena just sort of scratches her head, and she's like, I don't know. She says there were a lot of people nearby. Could be anywhere.
I mean, I don't want to take the cat from you after just being rescued, but is there a possibility you would like to walk along with us with the cats to the location?
The woman will say, oh, yes, that should be okay. Sure.
And I'll ask Xena, can you ask the cat to lead us to this place?
More meowing ensues, and the cat will say, Xena will say, she's scared.
That's understandable.
I'll try to convince her. Hold on. She's still really scared.
At least maybe walk us halfway there and point towards the direction.
More meowing. Oh my god.
Meow 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 meow.
No.
Hey Perry, where are your actually good rolls when we need
I know, it's awful. She says she's really scared, you guys. I don't want to keep bothering the cat.
That is maybe another day. How could a cat memories?
She will ask the cat. She said, Xena will say, well, maybe we can come back later once she's calmed down. She seems like she's freaking out right now.
I will nod my head and I'll give her some scratches. And then I will look towards the owner and say, well, I'm happy we could help. And yes, if there's anything else that happens, please try to contact us as soon as possible.
And she'll say, oh, about that spell, before you leave, it can help sort of calm people down. If you ever are in a situation where you need to just get everyone to take a seat back for a moment.
Oh, excellent.
Or the cat some catnip.
You give the
Glare
cat
will
some
kind of
catnip.
growl a little bit.
The cat sort of, its eyes widen. Yep. And it sort of begins running around.
All right, so
And rolling around.
either we can try to chase back the cat's tracks, or we can try to investigate ourselves. Glare.
I suppose, well, we could start where that hole came from. I don't suppose anyone would have seen a floating eye in this bloody city.
That is true. I guess it depends on what time it was too.
I guess can I try to find some indication of where the not gazer would have come from?
Yes. So you could, for example, go at the outside of the building and sort of investigate around that area. You think
Yeah.
it might be hard to find tracks of this thing just because
It's
it
floating.
floats. But you can go down there and certainly check.
I'm assuming that if the cat was like in a rush and might have ran into some things while running back home, we could
Yeah,
maybe
you
see
could-
if there's any tracks like that.
You could track where the cat went for sure. Just
Okay.
not the orb necessarily.
I'll try to track the cat then.
All right. So you go downstairs, and I'm just going to use your passive for this. You sort of begin looking outside, and you do see a clear trail of the cat's sort of paw prints. Would you just follow it back from where you think it came?
I'll kind of turn to the others. Looks like it came from this way. Should we follow?
Perhaps some of us would like to have a rest to regain our composure. I look towards Xena and Jeff.
Fair.
All right.
Wait, what?
I'm proposing we maybe take a short rest before we investigate.
So you can get some health back.
And then
And you
Xena will go, wait, what?
I mean, I need some spell redo too, so yeah, let's do it.
All right. So how would you guys like to, where would you all like to rest?
How far was it from our place? If it's not too far, maybe back there.
Just
If it's
like a 30-minute walk back home.
Not awful.
Seems like a good idea to me.
All right. Then you go back home and you sort of just rest and recuperate. This is just a short rest you guys are doing for like an hour or something.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You rest just fine. And while we're here, I'd like just for the record, Vince, can you put on your character sheet another one renown for the Harpers?
Sorry.
Yep, I was going to eventually just say I will report it to Mr. Creel, whatever happens, but yeah.
Okay. Just mark it now before.
But I will mark it down now before we forget.
Yes.
Tech, no PvP.
All
I
right.
didn't do it on
So
purpose. I'm sorry.
you all short rest successfully in your home, and you can all spend hit dice if you want, or you don't have to if you're not hurt.
I mean, I'm fine.
Yes.
I mean, I'm missing only one hit point, so I think I'm okay.
I like literally threw myself at the damn thing and it still didn't go for me.
You're practically God. I mean, this is what we've been finding out.
Right?
All
I'm
right.
humble.
Now, what would you all like to do?
Shall we follow the trail? Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow.
All right.
I think it would be a good idea before everything goes cold. It might be good information to tell the city guard and or our respective factions.
All right. Before you go, you want to do that, or?
I'm just saying, like, the information we find out from this, we can tell people what we see or find out.
He's saying that it would be good to get the information and then report what we found.
Okay, yes. So you all begin following the trail once again. You go back to where you were, and as you follow the trail pretty carefully with the cat, you notice something interesting. You notice this time that what the cat had described, sort of the balloons carrying something to some other thing. You notice that the tracks sort of end at around near the Temple of Helm.
That's definitely an interesting coincidence.
And
Unfortunate.
that's where we'll stop for tonight. It's been 2 hours already.
What happened to the
Wow.
temple? Oh no!
Oh no!
Tari's concerned.
Glare is curious.
There is great concern
Yes.
in your voice.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks everyone who watched. We will pick this up Sunday? Question mark. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll
I
see
think
what
so.
happens.
We should. We'll see.
It's probably yeah. We'll keep you posted on what happens Sunday. It'll be in the afternoon for sure, afternoon evening time, and that's it. See you guys next time.
Quickly before I forget, I keep forgetting I have Song of Rest as a bard. I don't know if you healed yourself fully from that hit die, Jeff, but you can add an extra 1d6 to whatever health you got.
Bye everyone.
I'm
Good
just gonna
night.
like